Hey guys, Coach Danny here, Hammer at Tennis. In today's video, we're going to be talking about kick serves. So we're going to be talking about how to hit a kick serve and a really good drill that I found to practice my kick serve. And so maybe a few things on why some of you may struggle with your kick serve. So let's get into it. All right guys, so we're going to get into some of the reasons why you may use a kick serve. But first, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, so that way you're going to get notified of all the new Hammer at Tennis content coming out. We're trying to get a lot more content pushed out to you guys. We've got a lot of exciting reviews, tips, coaching stuff, anything that you can think of, we're going to be sending it your way. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss any of the new videos that are coming out. So let's go ahead and talk about kick serve. So one of the things that I hear a lot of times from players is I hit maybe a flat serve as my first serve, and then a kick or a topspin serve as my second serve. And so one of the things that I would really caution you about is thinking about my first serve and second serve. So one of the things that I do, and I like to think of, is more of like a baseball pitcher. So I've got a fastball, a curveball, a breaking ball. I don't pigeonhole a serve into one category. I don't say, well, this is just my second serve. It might be my second attempt, but I don't treat my first and second serves really that much different, other than the aspect is one's your first attempt, one's your second attempt. Now, before you guys go, hey, whoa, you do want to hit a higher percentage serve as your second serve. So a lot of times, depending on the point, I may hit what I call a second serve as my first serve because it's a higher percentage serve. And so typically your kick serves, your topspin serves, because they involve more net clearance and they drop in, so it gives us more of an arc on the serve, it's a higher percentage serve to hit. So it's going to give you more clearance over the net, and then it's going to drop into the box for you. Whereas maybe a flat serve or a slice serve, it's going to have lower net clearance, so maybe they're less percentage serve. But again, maybe for you, it may be a higher percentage serve to hit a flat serve. But for most players, a kick serve or a topspin serve is going to be a higher percentage serve to hit. So that's why you tend to see that as a lot of players' second serves. Okay, so that's one thing you want to keep in mind is make out all the serves that you hit, whether it's flat, slice, topspin, a driving topspin, a kick, whatever it may be, and that's just kind of your arsenal of serves to use, and then use those appropriately depending on the situation and the point that you're in. So we're going to talk about the kick serve in particular today. So difference between maybe a kick serve and a topspin serve. So a topspin serve is maybe just going to bounce more straight up. Kick serve is going to have a little bit, for right-handers, a little bit more rightward kick to the ball. Okay, and so we're going to hit that, and it's going to go have a good net clearance, and it's going to kick more to the right. So if I hit the ball is going to kick out to that deuce side, or that ad side, I'm sorry, and kick out to the right there. Okay, and so what you're going to find is you're going to have to swing pretty quick. So let's go ahead and get into how to hit a kick serve. And so what's happening there? So as you guys know, if you haven't checked out the how to find the equator of the ball video, that's a great video to talk about on our forehand. We talk about the equator of the ball. We're going to make contact slightly above it, and that's going to make the ball spin down. And the line that you're swinging, your swing path, that's going to set that equator, and then we're going to apply topspin. Well, when we hit a kick serve, now instead of making contact just barely above the equator, I'm going to make contact almost nearly parallel with, because my racket is now going to be swinging up at this angle. My face is going to be nearly 90 degrees to my swing path. I'm going to catch the ball, go to the corner, try to go to the top, and then on out. Okay, so, and we've had some good comments in the equator video, is yes, you can't literally hit all three X's, but if you are in your mind trying to do that, you're going to keep that racket moving in the right path. That's going to help you strike the ball more consistently, more often. So I'm going to, in my mind, I'm going to try to hit nearly vertical. I'm going to be coming from over my head, hit the second X, hit the third X, and then finish on my right. So for more of a kick serve, you're going to want to finish more on your right. For more of a topspin serve, you just finish a little bit more straight ahead. And then some of you probably are having problems with your kick serve because you're doing one of the things that really is spells doom for your serve, is you're swinging around to the left. So that's one thing that we don't want to do, is swing around to the left. It's just kind of like we've talked in our forehand. We don't want to swing to the left. We want to rotate. So, but on a kick serve, we're still going to rotate. Our shoulders are going to rotate as the hand is moving out more to the right. So again, as I'm hitting this, what I'm going to try to do is, and I'm also going to start when I address my serving position here, I'm going to start with my racket. So maybe a flat serve, I've got my arm more straight, but it's better so that way I can get kind of around the corner of the ball there. I want to have my hand a little bit more of an angle, okay? So that way when I get ready to serve, I'm going to come through and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to be able to, I'm going to go from here and I'm going to catch, go nearly straight up. So again, I want the ball, and you've got to envision, you want the ball to be rolling out at this sort of an angle. Okay, so it's gonna hit and then kick in that angle. So I want it to go through there. So I need to hit the ball at that angle. So I'm gonna hit almost, again, my face is gonna be almost parallel to the swing path. I'm gonna go try to get the top of the ball out and then around. And it's important to finish more on your right. All right, guys, so a couple things to remember is you want these, so if we're envisioning our X ball, and so you can see how much higher I have the initial X above the equator of the ball. Because as I'm hitting this, I want my face to be almost 90 degrees, or almost parallel with the equator here. So that's gonna give me, so the further I contact this ball away from the center, the more spin I'm gonna get. So if I were to contact this ball directly square to the equator, that's going to be all pace and no spin. If I can contact it just right here at the top, initial contact, that's going to be all spin and hardly any pace. Well, I just want to be just a little bit here. And so because I'm getting so much spin, that's what's going to make the ball kick. But at the same time, I have to increase greatly my racket head speed. So a kick serve is a serve that you have to give it a ton of racket head speed. And so that's another thing where a lot of players think of this serve as their second serve. And typically when people start thinking about first serve, second serve, they slow down their swing because they want to make their serve into the box. And so by slowing down your swing, you're actually either going to just kind of nick the ball and it's going to spin out and not go over, or you're going to have to hit more of the ball because your swing speed is so slow that gives you less spin, so you start sailing it long, or just kind of just floats over and sits up and doesn't really kick. Okay, so you don't want to think of your second serve as a lesser serve. It's just a higher percentage serve. And so I'm going to swing just as fast and maybe even faster on this kick serve because I need that racket head speed to propel this ball forward. It's going to have such a high rate of spin. And again, my path here with my X's, so I'm going to be swinging up this way. That's the angle I want it to kick. So as I hit this serve, I'm going to envision these X's. I'm going to swing up, hit, and I'm going to go out, finish on the right. And I'm going to swing really fast at this ball. And so you can see the ball clears the net and kicks out to the right. All right, guys, so another thing too that you have to be aware of is, again, when I'm serving and I want the ball to kick out to the backhand, I've got to do a couple things. I got to make sure that my stance is maybe a little bit more closed, especially if I'm going to the ag court. And the other thing is that the ball, you want to make contact more here because our path is going so much this way. If I have the ball too far out in front of me, I've really kind of used all my runway there. I want to make sure that I'm able to go nearly vertical at that ball because I'm going to be going from about here up this way. So I want it to, I have to swing up in the same angle that I want the ball to kick. So a lot of times you hear people talking about clocks and different ways that the racket's moving, but in reality the racket has to travel in the angle you want the ball to kick. So if you're going over too much over the top, it's just gonna go straight. Or if I come around the side, now I'm gonna make more of a slice serve. And so one way that we can practice this, a good drill, is to come up to the service line. You can get down on one knee or both knees here, and you're gonna want to, just with the arm motion, toss it over, hit the ball high, and notice with my thumb. So a kick serve, you're gonna really feel that thumb kind of engage and go up and over and pronate out over that ball. So I can practice my toss. So if I get it too far out here, it's gonna be hard for me to do it. I wanna get it back so it would land just a little bit behind my head, go up and over. And you can see the ball has got the spin. So I don't have to do anything really crazy, and that's gonna help me work on getting a good feel for the arm and the hand and wrist motion. So it's here, up and over. If it goes long, not enough spin. You wanna have some good net clearance, okay? So work on that, getting with the wrist motion to get the ball to go up, clear that net. That's gonna give you more net clearance to get it over the net and have a higher percentage kick serve. All right guys, so some final thoughts here on our kick serve. So again, you wanna make sure that you're getting your body turned. You have to close your stance more. You don't wanna be as open because you're swinging more across the court. So that toss has got to you want it to, if it were to land, just slightly behind your head. That way you can go up. And so if we're contacting our X's, we're going to barely be hitting. It's almost, again, it's like just barely below the absolute side of the ball from the equator there. So I'm right here, almost at the absolute top of the ball, and then I'm going to go around and over, okay? And so I'm going to make sure I'm doing that, and I'm going to finish out on my right. So guys, for more, be sure to check out all the other videos on the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, so that way you're gonna get notified of all the new videos coming out. So hit those comments below, let me know your thoughts and your comments, guys. Love to talk to you about tennis. If you got any questions about your kick serve or any other shots or anything, put them in the comments below. We'll get back to you. So until next time, I'm Coach Daniel. Catch you later.